I'm alive.
Hello.
I'm alive.
We're on already. We're doing this.
Do we do the intro?
No intro
I
today.
didn't hear it.
No intro today.
Fuck,
That's
Nicole.
okay.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh, this got
Jesus.
aggressive.
I will physically fight anyone in this room right now.
Welcome to Actors
be cool
Anonymous
for a while.
podcast. I'm your host, Sam Quiche. Our first guest today, an old friend, an old man.
I'm not that old.
Monty Geer, dude. Thanks for coming on the show again.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. All right, man.
It's a
You
long
insult
time
my
ago.
age.
And the last time you were on was like our first. I was
like
like
the first
seventh
season,
episode.
but like we
Yeah.
don't really have seasons.
And we're almost
Yeah.
at 100, man.
Man, you've not brought me back for a
I
while.
believe it was,
Yeah.
I
must
believe
have
it was
not gone
episode
well.
6.
We
Found better people.
No, well. First off, congrats with your Funny or Die, man. You're
Yeah,
doing
that's
a lot
cool.
of great sketches with them.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing sketches on @Monty Geer, just on all social media now. Like we just do with Facebook. It's tons of likes all of a sudden now and views.
Yeah.
And we're doing Instagram, Twitter.
That's
We have a
great.
YouTube channel. Because like apparently now you can't just have one hub of stuff, videos. It
I
has to
wish
be-
you could, man.
Yeah.
They'd just make things easier for us. That's why I think we're kind of trying to stay with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which is already enough. You know.
Yeah, and Snapchat.
Is it though?
I don't do Snapchat. I don't do
Oh.
any stories. I can't. I'm like
boy.
I don't have
Yeah.
the
Good
capacity.
life. Oh yeah.
The good life. Like no one cares.
Well, I'm crying would be in your Snapchat.
I just don't understand. Like I'm just like, it's like I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be gone in 24 hours. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, the last time we talked, I remember you went to Thailand for a little bit.
I'm going to Thailand in 2 weeks.
Shut the fuck up! Are you serious?
Again, yeah.
Full circle.
Oh my gosh!
Like
this
a-
is great.
Like a week and a half.
Oh my gosh, man! Just
to
because
Thailand,
again?
Vietnam and Cambodia. Well, my girlfriend's passing the bar. She took the bar exam like yesterday. So it's like her and like 100 other bar students are going to Thailand.
Oh wow.
So we're going to Thailand.
I can't believe
with Taylor, who you shot the sketch with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This crazy.
Our sketch. Well, I forgot the name
It
of
was
it.
like Good Soci, Bad Nico.
Good Soci, Bad Nico.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Nico.
band name.
Yeah. Just
How did you meet up with the people you collaborated with? Because it seems like you guys had a little bit of a rhythm when you guys were all working together.
Yeah, well, the main guy I work with is Albert Lopez, and we met on a short film I shot a year ago called The Adventures of Sam Wolf. He was the AD and editor on it,
Mhm.
and then we just kept going to a lot of like movies together.
Yeah.
We saw not Daredevil, what's the Deadpool, and we were both like, I want to do that, where it's like a intense, violent kind of show, but also there's humor in it. So we were like, and then I pitched him my idea, and he was totally on board. And then his friend Ethan is our DP, and he's always been on board. And just throughout the past 2 months, we've only been doing it. We just met like 9 other people who are now. Our crew has like tripled since you did a sketch with us 3 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
Like we have set designers now. We have like PAs. We have like 3 camera department people.
Shit.
That's great.
Fluffers if need
Damn.
be.
Well, with the sketches you guys did, I can see why.
Yeah, there is nudity in almost all of them. So we love nudity. Go to @Monty Geer.
But oh my gosh, I totally blanked out. When did you start making these sketches?
Well, it was when I broke my feet. I couldn't.
Okay, stop. We
Yeah,
have to tell people the story.
Back up a little bit farther than that.
You broke both your feet.
I broke both my feet.
Yeah.
How?
Were you there at all for
Yes.
that? Okay.
You told me.
You never saw me in the wheelchair though.
Did I? Maybe I did once. No,
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
I'm in the dark.
But okay.
Anyway.
Everyone is. It's a podcast.
Yeah.
But
I hope you're watching us in the dark.
We video stream as well.
Okay, well, I have no idea. I'm drunk. So, yeah, I was leaving acting class, and it was like 11:30, and I had to get into a parking garage in LA, and they closed at 11, and I was like, I don't want to, I was in Hollywood, I don't want to go back to Studio City and get my, do those Ubers, spend $40-$50. So I was like, I'm just going to hop this fence, jump over this roof, climb down the roof, and get into the parking garage. Easy. Also,
Monty.
I had to like break up with someone that day, and she had my pants, and I really need those pants back. So it had to be that day that I got those pants. That's a side story.
I think we have to keep like flashing backwards.
Yeah, I know.
to like 3 weeks earlier.
I had these Jimmy Fallon pants from working there.
I'm sorry.
I need those pants back.
Can we back up further? What are Jimmy Fallon pants?
They're like, instead of paying us, because I was an intern on the show, and like a writer, they just gave us pants. They gave us
I can't right now. Like, I didn't even know the pants part, man.
Yeah.
What?
Because like she didn't know I was going to break up with her, but I thought she'd figure out next 24 hours and rip up my pants, and I needed those pants because that's all I got from Jimmy Fallon was these fucking pants. Sorry.
That's good. You can curse on here.
Good. So I'm climbing down the parking garage, and I have like 9 friends with me, and they're like, you can't do it. And I climb a lot. Like a lot of times I'm wasted when I climb. I was stone sober this time. And I jumped the fence, climbed the roof in like 30 seconds. I'm like, God, I get on the roof, and all I have to do is like lower myself down with my hands and let go, which is like the easiest climbing move ever. And I put my hands on the roof, but the roof's not concrete. It's that like black speckly. It's like asphalt kind of, yeah. And so I put my hands, nothing moves. My feet are up here, and as soon as I take the weight of my feet off the roof, the roof just rips. I fall, land on my feet. And I'm like, I'm good, guys, I'm good. I like pop 2 Advil, and I drive my friend to the Comedy Store to drop her off before I go to the person's house. And then like the adrenaline wears off, and I'm like, oh, something's wrong. And I go upstairs, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take off my shoe. And as soon as I take my shoe off, my toe just bends backwards. I'm like, oh, that one's broken. And then I do the other foot. I'm like, oh, that's broken too. And so both my feet are broken. I start like taking more Advil, like getting rid of the pain, like drinking a little bit so the pain goes away. And then I break up with this girl as I'm just fucked up on like painkillers.
Oh my gosh.
So then I'm in a wheelchair for like 2 months. And
did you get the pants back?
I got the pants back.
Okay.
That was
thank
the
God.
priority one.
Thank
I know.
I was really
Guys,
worried. Guys, everybody,
It's all
thanks
good.
for coming on the show, Monty.
And that's how I made videos. So for like 2 months, it was during pilot season, and I couldn't really audition. Like I put myself on tape, and it'd be weird because we'd have to go in and do me like cropped up, chest up, so they wouldn't see that my feet were just like. So I just got really like creatively. I was just drained. Like I just didn't have an output, so I just started making a lot of like Snapchat videos, and then they went really, really well, and I put them on my Instagram, just like little 10-second sketches. And I was like, I'm gonna make like sketches on Instagram. At the same time, Instagram, I stayed before like Awkward. I would make YouTube videos a lot, and like sold some like to like MSN.com and stuff. And but Instagram used to be 15 seconds, and Vine was like 7 seconds. I was like, I just don't want to write for 7 seconds. Like it's just cheesy, like joke. Like it's not like a real fun thing. But then Instagram became a minute-long videos.
Yeah.
So I started making these videos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard if your mind isn't used to working that way creatively. Like having a joke or a story within 15 seconds, within 6 seconds. It's like it's very difficult, man, to make it like even good. I don't know. Do you follow me on Vine? Do you see what I just do a bunch of reposts?
Do you follow me?
Like I used to follow you on Vine because we made Vines together, but then I haven't been on Vine since. Yeah.
I see a lot of I post a lot of like artsy Vines sometimes, or like really ridiculous stuff, because the artsy Vines are actually really cool.
artsy Vine?
Yeah, they're black and white.
Yeah.
Some of them.
It's just me sitting drinking coffee. It's ironic somehow.
No, they'll have like some of them are Japanese anime that re-edited to music, and it's like these beautiful like 6-second masterpieces. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
You should check it out.
But you don't do them; you just repost them.
Oh, I just repost.
Okay.
That's all I do. I just
Okay.
repost. I think I get followers from just reposting.
That's cool. Yeah.
Just from other people's work.
Yeah.
No.
I just put my name on it and put it up there.
So you were just feeling like artistically drained. You just needed to get back into something. Were you depressed at this time too? I mean,
probably as much as I can be. Yeah, I was in a wheelchair stuck in my apartment for 2 months.
You weren't filming or anything. How do you?
I was making Snapchats,
Oh, okay.
so that was my filming.
I was
yeah.
if you're like on. I just imagine you broke your feet and you're still having to like be in a scene where you walk down a hallway and awkward. Someone's just like
yeah, we were
you're just like riding
awkward,
somebody
yeah.
so they can.
Like I had multiple auditions where I just would jam my feet in shoes and walk on them, and it was the worst thing.
You told me about
pain.
that.
Yeah, and I
Like
was
crying
and I wouldn't be on
painkillers
painkillers because it would like messed me up. So I was just like, I'm gonna go with nothing.
Did you feel like you still delivered pretty well?
Yeah.
Did that come up like that? Did you tell them at any point? You're like, I broke my feet.
I would do like really well in the audition, and then like, oh, by the way, both my feet are broken, and I would leave. Like, and that's how good I am.
Or do they hire like you're like
what?
doing this scene and you're like in immense pain and it brings and then like they hire you and then you go on and your feet are fine. You're like, they're like, we're not getting this. You're like
missing.
taking a hammer to your feet again. I need this feeling again.
That there are so many crazy stories like that where actors are like in physically damaged. What was his name?
Shia LaBeouf does it all the time. He's like, I'm gonna rip out my teeth and scar myself for Fury. You didn't know that? The Tank movie?
No, what?
He tore out his tooth, and no American doctor would do it. So I think he went to like Mexico to do it. And then he had that scar. That was a real scar. And between scenes, he'd just be opening his face.
I don't know what
acting.
Acting. He's like, I can't be Disney anymore. I gotta show how like real I am.
Jesus, man, that what?
Yeah.
I want him on the show. I want to talk to him like, dude, what was it? What?
You know what I need? I need a scar on my face.
Yeah.
Gonna make me a better actor as if I have a dead eye.
No, there was an actor who was in what's his name? Dustin Hoffman. He was auditioning for American Buffalo the play, and he got the shit kicked out of him before he came in and auditioned. Like, he got mugged. He came in with like a black eye, bloody lip, and he's like, I'm still auditioning. And
yeah,
he got it. But I mean, life happens, and you just got to keep acting or auditioning at least, you know? But it's cool, like, you found like Snapchat as a creative outlet to help you.
Yeah, and then I like my comedy style a lot more than most shows I even audition for. So it's just a lot more fun for me to make these like minute-long sketches than it is to do some 30-minute episode on TV where it's just like a kind of not that funny thing on TV, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've always talked about how like people should get out there and do their own content and like just do something in the meantime while they're auditioning and stuff like that. Have you found any benefits?
Oh yeah, it's huge. Like I'm just always sharpening like my skills, so I'm just getting better and better. Like we started Awesomeness TV Sauce, and we're starting to pitch like content to them now. Funny or Die Sauce, so we're on their homepage like multiple times. I just did an improv show with Adam McKay, the Wise Kids, the creators of UCB, like Miles Stroth and Ian Roberts and stuff, just because they saw my videos. So I'm with these like huge comedy legends and me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like whenever you first started it, you didn't like have that in mind. Like,
no,
okay, I'm going to be with these comedy legends.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. It was just straight
You're just
up
doing it.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Now, do you basically write everything and then your partner like kind of edits it with you, or do you guys come up with the ideas together? How does that work?
Like I write everything and then I send to him and then he's like, you can't do this. And I was like, yeah, we can. He's like, no, we can't. And then we like argue for like 3 hours about if it's possible to have Nico like banging my ear. And we end up compromising and doing something like that.
See, it's nice that we were just we recorded these a little bit out of order, but it's so nice to find somebody you can collaborate with and like professionally argue with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you guys are okay with that, trying to find the best possible idea from that script. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Because it's hard finding those kind of people out here sometimes. And finding somebody you mesh with well and you won't take things too personally.
Yeah, who's just as talented and and motivated and hardworking. Yeah.
Yeah, hardworking is a big one too.
Where
doesn't have a coke problem.
Yeah. I'm out. Where do you find your ideas for these things? Because I've seen something like the one the other day I watched was like you were I'm trying to remember the premise, but you wind up looking in the mirror
and making out with myself.
Yeah. Like, where does that come from? Also, how do you do that without like losing it?
I know we probably did a bunch, but what my writing process is, I think of just tons of ideas. Like I have like 500 just sketch ideas in my computer. They're like a paragraph long, and then I pick my favorite like 20 that I want to do, and then I rewrite those a bunch, and I turn them into like my favorite 5 into sketches, and I write those, and then we pick our sketch, and I just rewrite it for a day. So it's like 3 different days of just writing tons of stuff, and I kind of just like blow out tons of ideas. If I write for like 9 hours, I just pick my favorite 6 ideas. So I just find these like crazy things, And my humor, I really like these like hard like left turns where it's just no one would expect that. Just because I'm so used, I've read so much comedy, I've seen so much comedy, I'm just so used to watching the same formula all the time on TV that I'm just like trying to be more like Always Sunny, where it's like, what just happened? He has spaghetti in his pocket, and just like weird stuff like that. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
yeah.
From the last time we met, dude, it seems like you've like sharpened up a bit. Like you have this free spirit about you, but it seems like you're more focused on like what you want to do and everything. Because it's been a while since we last had you on the show. You feel like that at all?
Like I feel like I've always been more focused. I just have found it a little more, I guess. Like I've always been extremely motivated and hardworking.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh, I'm really good at this thing that a lot of people aren't, so I'm going to just do this thing a lot more.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing, you know.
You found your path more, would you say?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Is that just trial and error or just...
I think so. Yeah, it's just doing lots of things. Yeah. And everything you do, it builds and helps other things too. So I never think it's like you messed up. Because I did stand-up for years. I'm not doing it now. But like that has certainly helped what I'm doing in like
that's
everything.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Like improv. Yeah.
That's got to be. I feel like that's one of the most difficult things to get the balls to do.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
You want to do an open mic night together?
Yeah.
I don't do
like a
stand-up.
poetry
Yeah,
slam.
I'm
Is that
down.
what you're?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll get prepared.
Oh man, that'll be great.
Yeah, I'd do it.
It's gonna be I'm gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust it. Let's do it at the live show.
No, we're not doing it at our 100th episode live show.
Way to plug.
Isn't this a live show? Aren't we Facebook living? You're doing it in front of people. Yeah.
An audience.
Doing
cool.
a live show, at a bar in Sherman Oaks. It's gonna be awesome.
Which bar?
Mr. Furley's.
Cool.
Gosh, we're not supposed to say.
Oh, we're saying it right.
You're promoting people to go there.
Don't tell him.
No, actually, our special guest is Brett Davern, and we're having a little musical piece opened up by Marty. Shannon.
Marty? Yeah.
So it'll be great.
Cool.
You should come, man.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
No, I'm
Maybe.
being serious. I want you to come.
I'm probably in Thailand. When is it?
August 13th.
I leave the 15th, so maybe I can come.
Oh, you're coming then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can't wait.
It's on Facebook now. It's permanent. We have
Yeah,
confirmation.
we got video proof.
So this feature film you said you're working on as well right now?
Yeah, I booked through, it was just one of those things where the character was perfect. It was all self-tape. I was in Washington State at the time. And it was actually the same casting director I met Albert on that short film and the producer. So I sent in a tape. It was just a perfect character and killed it. But at the same time of sending the tape, I released that mirror sketch when I make out myself. And I hit the casting director. I was like, hey, thanks for hiring me in this movie. And he's like, yeah, I saw that mirror sketch and I just had to put you in something. So it was that
awesome.
combination of like killing this scene and then being like, oh, and he could do something way funnier than what's in the script or whatever.
That's awesome.
Proof that doing your own content can work.
But the movie's called Mommy, I Didn't Do It. It's a drama, and I'm kind of the comedy element, but it's also drama. But Jim O'Hare from Parks and Rec is in it.
Nice.
Jalil White, who plays Urkel, is in it.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Bennett, who is on some Awkward episodes, and Mean Girls is in it. Paige something, I only met her like yesterday, who's on some like soap opera, and
It's called
Danica.
Mommy, I Didn't Do It?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you said it's called Mommy, and then you said I didn't do it, like you passed on the
No, it's
project.
called
and
Mommy,
like,
I Didn't
why
Do
are you
It.
pushing
Yeah.
it?
It's a Lifetime movie, I believe. Yeah, we haven't sold it yet, but yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's Lifetime film.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Man. Self-tapes. That's something I want to talk to you about. Man, I've been doing them all on my iPhone,
Do you really?
and they're coming out great.
Okay, I always go to a place that's like $30 for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure the quality is great. Obviously, you're getting some good work or a good product from it. But man, I just have a little tripod for my iPhone, kind of similar to that.
Mhm.
And luckily, I have a lot of natural light in my apartment, and so just shoot it
'Cause you
there.
live outside, right? A tent.
I live outside in a tent. That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, Nick, you were helping me with a couple of them. So
He still pays rent.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird. I don't know where that goes to.
It's just the park. Some guy in a park just knocks on my tent every.
I give him money to leave me alone.
He looks a lot like you, Jordan.
just the bigger beard and like
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Glasses. Yeah.
Just keep paying him.
That's a sketch idea.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
No, but the whole self-tape process. So, I mean, where do you go, and like, how do you do that whole thing?
I like going to a place called Undercurrent Media, which is like right next to the studio. Yeah, it's 30 for 30. Because when I tape myself, I just watch them over and over again, and I get too like perfectionist and like try to pick the best one. When I tape at another place, I just act, and then I'm like, do it for me now. So and then they just choose whatever they like. So I don't get like
Oh wow,
psycho like perfectionist in like which tape I should send in.
Oh.
that's interesting.
So they actually pick it for you?
Yeah, they pick, and sometimes like which one do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know, like take 1 or 4, like you pick. But like I don't have to like look over them and then like have the editing problems on like Final Cut and like sending it. It's just like I save like an hour to 2 hours of time just of editing that I don't have to do.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's I definitely see the benefits of that. You know what I mean? And I think actors have to remember that even if you weren't 100% perfect, like in an audition, but like you still like they still liked you know like they're like oh he didn't hit that beat, fuck him, he's out of there. You know
not
what
a
I mean?
thing. Yeah.
No, I think what's really cool is like they're like oh well let's just take it back, let's just get that beat. Okay, great, he got that one beat back, he's fine. So I think we have to remember like we don't have to be 100% perfect, and if we miss a beat, don't like oh that's it. It's all out the window.
That's another thing too is like what you're just saying, what you're doing with that is like maybe you can be getting in your own way. Maybe maybe you should try self-tape and do something where like other people are picking. If you feel like you're too obsessed with like certain things about you, like nervous tics or whatever, like those could probably work in your favor if like you get a second opinion on what's working for you and what's not.
Yeah.
And self-tapes work great. I highly recommend them. They are like I booked 2 things from self-tapes. I know Kofi booked Awkward through a Skype thing. Yeah. Have you booked anything through self-tapes?
Have I? I think one thing, actually.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I always feel like I want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I know all actors want to be there, and sometimes you can't, which is fine, but there's just something about the self-tape that's so all up to you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I can only get so much from the script and the breakdown. I need if it's a good CD, like a casting director, they're going to have a certain feel to the way they're reading it, or they're going to give you a redirection if they like you, like, hey, this is kind of like more what they're looking for. So try to tweak it a little bit. My reps have used, though, a 7 or 8 minute audition tape that I had for, what the hell is the name? It's a new Netflix crime drama. And I didn't get the part, but my agent is using that as my reel now.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
8 minutes?
8 minutes, man.
He's just crying for 7 minutes. They won't cut.
Eating a sandwich while you're just sobbing.
And I was very surprised at first. I'm like, he told me, dude, I'm submitting you with for some roles with this self-tape you did. I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, it's not even like, it's an audition tape. Why are you giving that to... He's like, there's just certain things in there which CDs will respond to. And I'm like, all right, like, I trust you. Like, you know, you haven't steered me wrong yet. And so it's really interesting seeing what casting directors respond to, like the type of work you're doing. And, you know, again, there's just no guidebook. You know, if somebody would have said that to me 7 years ago when I first moved out here, I'd been like, no, nobody's using an audition tape for a reel.
Yeah.
Usually that long.
Yeah, my main pitch that my agents are using isn't Awkward anymore. Like, they say I'm in it, but the footage they send are these sketches that I'm shooting. And
that's
like,
great.
Yeah.
And by the way, the sketches look clean. Like, in terms of the way they're shot and everything, it looks super clean.
Yeah, it's Ethan. He's killing it, and the editing.
You guys are using Black Magic, right?
We keep switching around, but yeah, we think we're going to settle on the Black Magic.
Dude, that looks beautiful. Especially the way it, I don't know if it's a little bit of post too, but the blacks that are coming out through it, like the dark.
Yeah,
it looks great.
Beautiful camera, yeah.
Crazy. I picture your actual submissions that your agent's sending out is just like security footage. Like 8 minutes of you in a waiting room, just like looking around.
He was in the moment so much.
It's working so well for you. It's so natural.
That's my house. That's my bathroom.
There's a drone footage just like through your windows.
And with self-tapes too, for like new actors, I've definitely had times when like the casting director is like, no, we don't want to see him, he's not like famous enough or whatever, and then we taped it and sent to them, and then I was the only person brought in through tape, but just you know, like that happens. So it's great.
I also learned sometimes for certain things, casting directors know that you're not 100% right for it, but they want to make their tape look good.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So like, let's say
Explain.
they're not getting what they want
Mhm.
from the actors, or they're not finding it. They're like, well, this guy's not 100% right for it, like looks wise, but he's delivering,
Sure.
and we know he can deliver, and let's just bring him in. Oh, hey, we know he's not right for the part, but he's doing some great things, and they're like, oh, and then so the producers, when they see you perform, they're like, oh, well, he was really good, but just doesn't look like the right part. So it just makes them look like, oh, they found somebody who can act good, and then they bring in the other people who aren't necessarily talented, but they look
The role,
who aren't like really delivering, not talented, but who aren't delivering. So yeah, that happens sometimes.
I'm sure they also send a good tape and then like 4 bad tapes because they really want that good tape to make it. They're like, look at this producers. For some reason, this guy's way better. Like,
People they don't rep anymore. They're just like sending out shitty stuff. They're like, but we had this one dude.
yeah. Compared to the others.
Guys, we should start an agency and just like do like all awful people and then just push
The
you.
one guy.
And like like just.
I think if you are self-taping, though, this is for anybody listening, I think it's important to have that space where you are self-taping, kind of like almost like a sacred space where you can focus. I'm not saying like light candles or anything like that, but like
super dark footage of like candle lit.
Right? But like where you have this like reverence, like no, like kind of almost block it off. Like, okay, this is where this character lives for right now. I don't know. That helps me. Whenever you go record in that space, is it pretty much like a studio?
Yeah, well, it's like the guys. It's like this people's like basement, but they made into a studio. And like I've gone in there probably like 15 times now, so I'm really chill with them. So it's pretty relaxing. Yeah,
that's nice.
And then they know what I can do, so they're like, "Hey, try this." Like they're both actors themselves. I also go Intrepid Tapes a lot too.
Intrepid Tapes. Okay,
it's like on La Brea. Yeah.
We've talked about it on the show before, and I've always been like, just shoot your own stuff because you have it all there. You know what I mean? But now talking with you, seeing a different perspective, I can honestly say like I can see the benefits of going somewhere else and doing it, especially if you're like a nitpicky person and you'll like drive yourself crazy and you know that about yourself. Maybe it is more beneficial to go somewhere. Now, financially, if you're getting a lot of self-tapes, if you have the money for it, great. But I could see how that could be a little bit of a financial drain after a while too.
Yeah.
But also, it's nice that you have a good rep with these people too, because then they can direct you and you kind of trust them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's hard, and maybe that initial, like, I don't know these people. Are they going to pick the best tape?
Yeah.
You know,
well, even like establishing a community, like when you like moving to a big city and stuff like that, it's hard. But like when you actually make friends and stuff like that, you can actually call upon them to be like, hey, I mean, you've done that with like you and Nicole often. Like we'll do a scene together in order to prep you for content, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you guys never call to hang out with me. But like having friends that know how to like shoot something or like can just help you out for something can definitely like enhance it if you can't afford it. Fuck you guys. Fuck all of you. That's it.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Monty. Got some damage control there.
Our mics is broken now.
Monty, do you have any other than this film? Are you just gonna keep pumping out sketches and stuff? I mean, you have something on the main page, the feature page for Funny or Die, which is
right now. Like my plan is to always kind of do sketches. Like I want to be like Jason Segel, where he's on How I Met Your Mother, and then while he's doing that, he's writing Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and then immediately on his hiatus shoots that film. So I just kind of want always make my own content.
Yeah.
And then with social media, it's like if you get like, you book a TV show and then you get more followers and whatever. And eventually, if you get enough followers, you could have more people see your stuff than like NBC can.
Yeah.
So you could kind of eliminate Hollywood, and just become your own network. And just on YouTube, you could make something. If you have like 5 million followers, like you're doing just as good as like Awkward is,
Absolutely. It's a really good point, man.
Just shot a sketch last week with you guys. That channel's going up next week.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Millennial Network. Check it out.
Millennial Network.
It's going up. We're starting content first week of August.
Awesome,
so
man.
Make sure you check it out on YouTube. We'll have to collab sometime.
Yeah, totally.
Are you shooting stuff in Thailand?
Like I might shoot some like little segments like put into a sketch. I don't know yet because of the location, but That is not planned yet. I don't even have hotels yet. Like one step at a time.
Oh my gosh.
I'm leaving in a week.
Oh God. Just do it on the fly. Just show up there.
Monty,
Bring a
like,
tent.
I don't know how you do that, man. I'm like the total opposite. Like you're like, I don't have hotels yet. I'm like, like what?
Are you like a super prepper? Are you like really? Because I'll buy a ticket to like New York and I'll be like, flight's in 6 hours. I gotta pack. Like,
Yeah, I always
like,
pack immediately before leaving. Yeah.
The packing's not a big deal to me. That kind of stuff, like hotels or like itinerary, like where I'm gonna be at, like just the main stuff, I have to plan.
I mean, if it's like if it's international, I don't know how the fuck you do that.
I
but
wing
like
it so much. I've like looked at I bought a ticket and then a week later I'm in Russia.
I know.
Like,
how did you wake up? You're like, how did I get here?
You had that layover for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And what were you doing? You were just.
Well, that was when I was going to Germany. That was the same thing. It was like a week later. I was like, I'm out of here. I hate this town. And like left to Germany. But I slept on my friend's couch, so I knew where I was going. But yeah, I had a 27-hour layover in Moscow airport. They don't let you lay down anywhere.
What?
There's like bars everywhere, so you can't lay down. So I had an audition, so I just worked it for like 21 hours.
God.
Didn't get it. No. Bombed it.
You're like, all right, guys, this is like totally different.
People in the background like yelling at you in Russian. You're like, why didn't I book this?
Yeah. The self-tape didn't work.
Oh, man.
Put
Monty.
subtitles up.
Yeah. Bring some Russian guy to read with me. Your hair is very nice.
They're talking super slow. They're trying to get it. Oh
Like, pick up the pace.
God.
Come on, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
High stakes. It's a multicam.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, they take you in an interrogation room. This is going way too far. This whole bit. Oh, man. Monty, dude, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Such a blast. Again, where can people find your stuff?
At Monty Geer, MontyGeer, and YouTube is Monty Geer and Albert Lopez videos.
Awesome.
LOP, easy.
Nice.
Cool beans. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.